You believe that Barcelona's supremacy in Europe was a relic of the past, but reconsider, since tonight we not only triumphed over Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona has decisively defeated Borussia Dortmund, and each player conveyed a message: we have returned. Barcelona triumphed over Borussia Dortmund 4-0 in the opening leg, with Raphinha netting a goal. Lamin scored one goal, while Leandowski netted two goals. The renowned front three are returning, and this is the official scoreline for Barcelona in the first leg. It is not universal. It is merely the initial segment in the initial leg of the Champions League quarterfinals. Barcelona decisively defeated Dortmund 4-0, a performance that will resonate throughout Europe. Undefeated in 23 matches with 71 goals scored over that period, they exhibited a level of confidence tonight that has not been observed this late in the season for years. Barcelona concluded the match with 60% possession, while Borussia Dortmund recorded 40 expected goals, achieving a total of 3.74. Borussia Dortmund recorded only one total shot. Barcelona recorded 18 attempts on goal. Barcelona had 10 significant opportunities. 5 significant opportunities squandered as Barcelona dominated Borussia Dortmund. As Hansi Flick articulated in the press conference, our objective is to conclude this conflict in the initial leg. Therefore, we will discuss the aims and thereafter analyze each player's performance individually, highlighting their distinctive contributions. Commencing with the initial goal at the 24th minute of the match, Lopez delivers a cross into the box which Inigo Martinez heads. He directs the ball with his head directly to Kubarsai. Kubari strikes the ball, resulting in a goal. In the final moments, Raphinha made a last-minute intervention to merely touch the ball, resulting in the goal being attributed to him. He appropriated Kubar's goal. Nevertheless, ultimately, it was inconsequential. Neither player seemed to care. Their only concern was for Barcelona to secure a 1-0 lead, resulting in an extraordinary goal. Entering the second half, Barcelona maintained a 1-0 lead, yet we saw the necessity for greater effort. At the 47th minute, we observed Fedri's recovery. The ownership of the ball, he locates Lamin on the right flank. Laminal incisions enable its chip to pass directly to Raphinha. Raphinha directs a header to Lewandowski, who then heads the ball again, resulting in a score of 0. Is an exquisite goal. Highly reminiscent of MSN, how often have we witnessed Lionel Messi in 2015 execute a chip pass to Neymar, who subsequently received the ball on the left flank and sought Luis Suarez in the center of the box. This sequence was replicated in the second goal earlier today. Barcelona not only scores goals but also excels at scoring. Objectives in a highly stylish manner progressing towards the third objective. This is likely my preferred choice. Borussia Dortmund advanced on the counter, attempting to score and make it 2-1. However, Frankie Dong, whom I consider one of the standout performers of the evening, intercepted the ball and generated a goal-scoring opportunity for Barcelona. He intercepts it. Ferm Lopez once more appears and receives the ball on the right flank. He propels the ball ahead, locating Lamin, who subsequently returns it to Fermi Lopez as he advances down the field. The right wing subsequently locates Lewandowski within the box, who then deftly taps the ball into the net, resulting in a score of 3-0. Barcelona executed a significant counter-attacking maneuver, a strategy exclusively developed and imparted by Hansi Flick. Throughout the season, Barcelona has consistently disrupted the opposition's counterattacks, whether through Frankie or Pedri, swiftly reclaiming possession and exploiting open spaces to deliver punitive strikes. Resistance, I would like us to observe something here. By the third goal, we began to observe a pattern. Barcelona consistently advanced many players forward. In this picture, it is evident that when Lamin passes to find Lopez, the situation is 3 against 3. Hansi stated, as soon as we initiate the counterattack, we must exploit the open spaces. We require players who can sprint, seek to achieve numerical advantage by rapid movement. At the time when utilize the ball to surpass your opponent. Observe the initial goal. Lewandowski intercepts the ball following a failure by one of Borussia Dortmund's center backs to maintain possession, resulting in an unexpected 3-on-1 scenario. That is what Barcelona sought repeatedly. We observed Raphinha receiving the ball from Leandowski and passing it to Lamin. Lamin directs the ball into the bottom left corner, increasing the score to 4. From the outset, Barcelona established their tempo, but it was not just ownership constituted asphyxiation. What strategy compelled Dortmund to defend while facing their own goal? Whenever Barcelona completed 10 passes, they entered a state of fluidity and became uncontainable. Consider Raphinha executing runs beyond the defensive line while Fransong orchestrates ball management. Barcelona fluidly maneuvered between the lines, leaving Dortmund unable to match their pace. Regarding Raphinha, he delivered a masterclass. This exemplifies unadulterated star power. As we previously discussed, his goal was achieved with assistance. Examine the heat map. He was quite effective. It is 1. 2 goals, 5 assists, and 5 critical passes. That is not merely world class, that is momentum. He now equals Lionel Messi for the highest number of goal contributions by a Barcelona player in a single Champions League season, totaling 19, achieved in merely 45 games this season. This is not merely a resurgent season. This is a legacy-defining moment for Raphinha as he transitions to Lamin. Is Lamin the preeminent player globally in the right-wing position? Each time Lamin made contact with the ball, Dortmund experienced panic. He generated opportunities effortlessly and continuously, exhibiting remarkable fluidity. Uncomplicated, I genuinely believe that Lamin perceives himself as the preeminent player in his position as his behavior suggests. Moreover, I believe that the defenders he encounters share this perception, which accounts for the numerous errors they commit against him. They are unable to impede him. This is not exaggerated enthusiasm. This constitutes domination. I would want to discuss Inigo Martinez, who was an exceptionally underestimated defensive stalwart. Inigo Martinez is an overlooked talent in La Liga and the Champions League. However, he is a remarkable intellect. He is quietly composed. Merciless, he was an impenetrable barrier against Dortmund striker Guirassy, who was rendered ineffective. His supremacy in duels, ability to comprehend the game, and precise passes to trigger the lateral play are unparalleled. Barcelona's current stability is inextricably linked to Inigo Martinez. Fi Lopez, integral to the offensive strategy against Dortmund, exemplifies a promising future. He was tenacious, incisive, and lethal, consistently seeking to advance the ball while executing numerous recoveries. He transforms every touch into an imminent danger, 6 goal contributions and 6 starts in the Champions League. This is not merely a coincidence. It represents the archetype of a future midfielder. Fermin Lopez has demonstrated remarkable consistency, having performed at this level since last season. He commenced his current season under Xavi Hernandez, netting 11 goals. This is merely the commencement. Frankie de Jong was exceptional. Comprehensive midfield dominance, 97% of his passes were precise. 8 passes in the final third, 0 instances of dispossession. Frankie de Jong did not merely control the game. He orchestrated it like a chess match as Dortmund pursued. Shadows Frankie de Jong's maneuvering of the pieces, and the interception he executed for the 3rd goal was exquisite. Progressing towards Leandowski at 36 years old, Lewandowski has scored his 40th goal this season. With a total of 105 Champions League goals, he has surpassed the combined tally of Drogba and Van Nistelrooy. Furthermore, he is the first player in Champions League history to score more than 10 goals in a season for 3 different clubs. His designation as man of the match is justified by his performance against Dortmund. It is exceedingly apparent. Schnee deserves recognition for executing 3 crucial saves, 2 from within the box, and maintained a clean sheet once more. Complete success in runouts and total success in ground duels, one each time Dortmund had a moment of brilliance or discovered a goal-scoring opportunity. He decisively thwarted their efforts. We observed Ansu Fati's return in the final 8 to 10 minutes of the match, marking his comeback to the Champions League after an absence of over 5 months. Overall, I am quite pleased with this effort. This is not the Barcelona we have observed in transition. We have transcended that period. This is the Barcelona that excels, that have conviction, that concludes decisively. Raphinha rewriting records, Lamin tormenting defenders, and Leandowski overcoming H. Barcelona is not only advancing towards the semifinals, but is also pursuing other trophies, which many of us can sense. Thus, this concludes today's match review. If you wish to go with this video, I will be discussing the match between Arsenal and Real Madrid. There is much to discuss on Real Madrid's performance. Nevertheless, if you are uninterested, feel free to go. I am agreeable. Nevertheless, I wish to discuss this match briefly. I believe Arsenal merits victory. Arsenal, with their forward pair Medino and Alderweireld, performed 76 pressing actions despite maintaining greater ball control. One may presume that a side with greater ball possession would require less pressing due to their control of the ball. Yet, despite their superior possession compared to Real Madrid, this is not the case. They executed 76 pressing actions. The attacking partnership of Mbappe and Vinicius for Real Madrid executed merely 12 pressing actions. The primary issue for Real Madrid that night was their inability to challenge Arsenal. The footage clearly illustrates that Mbappe and Vinny exhibited a lack of interest in attempting to retrieve the ball. Many of us observe Barcelona's matches every weekend or during each Champions League night. If you have witnessed Barcelona's pressing strategy, you would comprehend that this Real Madrid team does not employ pressing tactics. Arsenal effortlessly circumvented both the defensive and midfield line. Consequently, Arsenal's manager Mikel Arteta built a solid safety net by arranging numerous players centrally in a 3-2 configuration, acknowledging Real Madrid's ineffectual attacking pressures. This explains why Declan Rice advanced more upfield than customary, persistently seeking 2-versus-2 situations. Despite this statement from Arsenal, Real Madrid's side appeared immobile and unyielding, exhibiting minimal support. Their forwards Pap and Vinny were ineffective. When Arsenal possessed the ball in Real Madrid's defensive third, Real Madrid's defensive strategy was to employ a 4-4-2 formation, with midfielders concentrating on guarding the central areas. Despite Real Madrid's efforts to congest the midfield, they were unable to dispossess Arsenal. This little clip illustrates that Real Madrid's attempts were futile, as Arsenal consistently maintained control of the ball. Maintained possession of the ball, they were far superior. This constituted Real Madrid's definitive failure. As Johan Cruyff articulated in his time, the most challenging aspect of a straightforward match is compelling a feeble opponent to perform inadequately. An inadequate player is not deficient due to his propensity to direct the ball into his own goal. Intense pressure causes him to lose control. Therefore, by accelerating the game's tempo, he will inevitably relinquish possession of the ball. However, with Real Madrid, they did not go in such manner. We must recognize that regarding pressing is a method to swiftly retrieve possession or to generate goal-scoring opportunities. The primary reason Real Madrid struggled to create numerous goal-scoring opportunities was their inability to press effectively from the outset. Examine Real Madrid's anticipated goal rate of 0.50. It is significantly lower than Arsenal's 1.64. Arteta had exceptional strategic acumen in this match by putting Rice and Odegaard further apart, consistently penetrating Madrid's defensive line. As observed, the images depict Declan Rice positioned on the right and Odegaard on the left. Observe the significant distance between them. This disparity contributed to Real Madrid's confusion regarding Arsenal's intentions, resulting in conflicting responses. They were unable to contain both players, which ultimately resulted in Real Madrid becoming increasingly aggressive and irritated due to their inability to regain possession, leading to fouls. The performance of Arsenal players facilitated the acquisition of 2 remarkable free kicks by Declan Rice, resulting in exceptional goals. Congratulations to Arsenal for securing a favorable outcome in the first leg. They must now travel to Santiago Bernabéu and exert maximum effort to attain a place in the semifinals. This concludes today's video.